Alright, we're off and running again. Welcome back, YouTube. This is J-Bob, the Video Game Slob. Day 4. Going to the biggest, baddest version of this event they claim to have ever taken place. We'll see about that. But the weather's good.
Well, as always, doing a terrible job catching B-roll. We'll do that in a minute. But we are finding games and a ton of game stuff. But that's it. Actually, just all game stuff, I think, so far. So hang in. Let's keep seeing what we can find. Well, those guys said they had some games inside. I think we'll probably pass on those. They have some interesting stuff. But $80 for the Guitar Hero in the box, probably an accurate price, but don't think we can do that. Well, as is usually the case, things rarely live up to the hype. We snagged a Wu-Tang Shaolin style. Pretty nice. I mean, it's got cracks on the box for $50 to round out the day. Supposedly 133 vendor spaces were sold. I don't know if I'm buying that, but we got a few things. We'll cut to the house, show off what we got, and I don't know. You let me know. It seems like a fitting cap to this weekend of okay, decent, but nothing really, blew the top off of it, so... But that's the ebbs and flows being out there and grabbing some video games. All right, well, here it is. Bittersweet, maybe, although it wasn't the craziest morning of picking. And again, it was only about an hour. And maybe it wasn't all it cracked up to be for 133 vendor spaces. But it was still kind of a fun button on the weekend. And so plenty of time to now clean all this stuff up, test out all the systems, take off all the stickers and get new price stickers, and of course take those collection pieces and get them into the database. So yeah, here we go. I guess we can start at the beginning. We spent $160 with this vendor. He is the same guy who we did the TV deal with. I think I've mentioned a couple of videos back, so I was already in the profit on that, and I have a ton of VHS tapes. I don't think that video ever made it out to go over. It was $165 all in. So for $165, we got the Nintendo, the Zapper, 5 controllers. We got 2 power supplies. We got that crazy quick shot controller. We got Batman, Friday the 13th, the Donkey Kong Classics, a nice Zelda. It's not a 5-screw, but it's still in really decent shape. We went ahead and got the Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, the Dracula, Tetris, which always sells, a Wright Bros, and then the football and a couple dust sleeves. So again for the Dracula. So again for like $165, the Zelda's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Of course, Mario 3s are always great to have. We're running out of those. I don't think I have a Friday the 13th or a Batman currently in stock, and those are games generally look for. Every time they come with these extra controllers, I have so many extra NES controllers, and it's hard. It's tough for people to, understand that, like, oh, this adds value, or he was asking 200, and it's like you're not wrong. It's just they don't really, because they don't sell. Nobody wants them. I have tons of them. They are what they are. So again, it probably gave them a little more money than I would most people. But, I can still make money at $165, and we'll be happy with that. Pickups from yesterday as part of I mentioned the bundle deal, but then never showed the rest of the things from the bundle. These got left out in the car. Mario 3 on Game Boy and Mario on the DS. Again, I always just tend to buy out vendors when they have those Mario things for $10 and $15 because, you can sell them for $20, $25, $30. And just, they're always out of stock. So what can you say? I always want them. Buddy of mine had the Michael Jordan in the Windy City, said 7, I said 5, and he was cool with that, so we took that home. The Skyrim for $1, so why not? We'll take Skyrim for $1. We paid $3 for the PlayStation bag, in good condition but needs cleaned, with the strap around it, so again, probably overpaying just in general by having this. In theory, they sell for decent money, but in real life, they never sell. But for $3, I wasn't going to let that go. It's getting decently old by now. And so you can tell this guy never took the price stickers off when he bought it. I paid $3 a game for these, so $12 in total for the Black Ops 2 and the Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, which have started to do better. And then I just didn't want to leave the last game behind, so I just dollar cost averaged everything and said $12 for that. This was a whole deal for $80, I think. Yeah, it was $80 all in for all of this. Guitar Hero Metallica is a decent one. I mean, I guess I probably showed you some of the B-roll of what I left behind. He was asking like $8 on the Halo and some stuff like that. And so, yeah, I wasn't going to grab those. So I tried to cherry pick, though, like the GTAs, the Need for Speeds, the Black Ops. Well, that was just $1. So I tend not to leave any non-sports games behind for $1 because you've seen the list. People buy that stuff for a couple bucks for their kids. And so a lot of people leave that stuff behind. I don't because it will sell for me eventually. Saints Row, again, whatever these prices were, I negotiated down a couple bucks to get them all for $80. So maybe a little high at $5, but even still, I think Saints Row has legs, and even at $5, I don't think I'd hate picking those up anymore. He had like the full Tony Hawk set, and again, he had 10 each on them. But when we put everything together, we did 80. So I think that will math out. It's one of those things where, that was 2. I remember we rounded down. I was like, I don't really want this, but if it makes it an even number, I can take that for 2. But yeah, I just like to have all these things, the Twisted Metals, the Crash Bandicoots, those kind of games. So yeah, hopefully when I'm pricing all that out, it will greatly exceed $80. But more than anything, it's just stuff that moves, not super fast, because Crash on an Xbox and Twisted Metal on PS3. But I also think they have room to go up. So if I have 2 or 3 of any of these in back stock, they just don't go down in price. So they're good games to have and pull out of the market. And then when the next person comes, all they see is, oh great, a whole bunch of overpriced Halos and sports titles. I don't want any of that. So kind of helps to salt the earth, I guess. So there you go. That's what we picked up to end out this week. Let us know what your favorite pick was. What did you pick up this weekend? And we'll see you back real soon, I'm sure.